Hi, Elizabeth here from Psychiatric Wellness, and just wanted to talk to you folks a little bit today about what a typical day for a provider at Psychiatric Wellness looks like. One of the first things I do when I get to work or start work is I check my schedule, see who's on the schedule for today and what my day is going to look like, and some administrative type stuff. Check email, check for messages from clients before I get started. And then move on to appointments. So with each appointment, for follow-up appointments, we generally do a check-in at the beginning, and I see how the person's been doing since their last visit, see what their anxiety level, depression level is, things like that, and then how they've been doing as far as lifestyle interventions. They've been getting enough sleep and exercise, time outside, eating well, things like that, because it all factors into your mental health. And then in addition to that, I would look at where we left off last time therapy wise. Now I do a lot of EMDR therapy, so a lot of the time set up for that therapy is involved before you can start the processing. So some baseline stuff we'll do at the beginning is make sure that the person knows how to emotionally regulate whenever they get anxious or upset. So generally that's one of the first things we work on in therapy, and then we get a more extensive family history and trauma history, and then we can get into processing. So it just depends on where we left off last session as to where we would go in the current session. So that's kind of what that looks like, a typical day with clients. But then there's days where I don't see clients. So generally during sessions, I tend to take a lot of notes. I don't take them on the computer. I like to write down because I feel like it's easier to look at the person and look back at my paper if I need to write notes. And a lot of the time, the notes will be things that maybe I need to research in between sessions for them, or something that I need to follow up on. And so, one thing that I'll do is I don't necessarily chart in the computer the day of. I know that that's best. But what I'll do when I'm going back to do my charting for that patient, maybe the next day or something like that, is I'll look at the notes that I made. And a lot of the time, I may make a note that, oh, this client needs a referral for this, or this client needs this community resource. So I'll look that up for them and message them about that resource that we talked about that I was going to find for them. Or we could be maybe in a difficult spot in therapy where I'm having to do a little more research for that particular client. So I'll spend some time on the days when I don't see clients looking at those things. In addition to that, just making sure communicating with clients and staff and things like that. So that would be typical on my work days.